Hello and welcome to another episode of Tech Trends, the show that takes you on a ride in 25 minutes to seek out innovation and creativity that are unique to Africa. On our lineup this week, it's still the season of robotics as more school teams show their capabilities at the World Robot Olympiad. Also on the program, tech enthusiasts seek to drive global collaborations and local transformation at the Global Tech Africa Conference. And then later, I talked to Abdullahi Bature, CEO of Schooler, on accelerating digital literacy in Nigeria's education sector. We'll give you more details in just a moment. Do stay with us. This is Tech Trends, and I'm Olayemi Odunuga. Technology could benefit or hurt people, so the usage of tech is the responsibility of humanity as a whole, not just the discoverer. I am a person before I'm an AI technologist. Can robots help us live in harmony with nature, or can they assist us to live a more environmentally friendly lifestyle? Well, that is what school teams participating in the World Robot Olympiad will find out as they work with the theme Earth Allies. The World Robot Olympiad is more than just a competition. It's a global platform where young innovators can come together to showcase their skills in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This year's theme is Earth Allies, one that focuses on the symbiotic relationship between humans and nature. Here in Nigeria, the national organizer for the World Robot Olympiad is the Alkalies Foundation, and their aim is to enhance STEM education across the country.
In the world where technology is advancing at an unprecedented pace, robotics stands at the forefront of transformative change. This competition is more than just a showcase of technical skills. It is a testament of the ingenuity and determination of our bright minds who pursue to push the boundaries of what is possible, especially with the coaches as well. Our journey began with a simple yet ambitious vision to create a platform where young minds could explore and excel the world of robotics. Over the years, we have seen students from diverse backgrounds, and that's what brings me joy when I see a child that has never seen a robot start to program a robot and start to do excellent things. This year's theme highlights the intricate relationship between humans and nature, exploring how our actions impact the environment and how nature events in turn influence our lives. It is a reminder of the responsibility we have towards our planet and the role technology can play in creating sustainable solutions.
Alongside the annual robotics competition is a symposium with the theme Embedding Robotics and STEM Education in the Nigerian Curriculum. This aims to discuss and promote the integration of robotics and STEM education in schools.
Many and more people are leaving the field of hardware, and that's why we find out that our problems in Nigeria remain. Because while we have a lot of apps, there are so many apps on your phones, but how many physical solutions, how many self-driving vehicles, and so on do we have? So until we begin to encourage robotics, not just at the primary school level, but even within the university level and post-educational levels, we may continue to struggle as a country. In robotics, there are so many fields. Right now, you are building ground vehicles, as we've seen in some videos. But ground vehicles are one type of robots. We also have aerial vehicles. Those are drones, like I've seen just some minutes ago. And we also have underwater robots. And of course, when it comes to climate change, you need robots that can go into the sea to pick up or check how much of plastic waste and so on are in the riverine areas, in the creeks, and actually get them out. And these are all possible if our young minds can be exposed to the hardware that they need.
Generation Alpha is very different. And the only language they understand is all about technology. And for us to access the Generation Alpha children, we've got to speak the language that they understand. Robotics in particular offers a unique opportunity to engage our children in hands-on learning, developing their creativity and problem-solving skills. By incorporating robotics into our curriculum, what will happen? We can improve students' engagement and motivation, We can develop essential skills like coding, programming, and engineering. And not only that, we can also enhance our children's understanding of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Using Lego Mindstorms, these young minds are exploring how leveraging robotics can help foster harmony between humans and nature. They will also investigate the impact of human activities on the environment and how robots can assist in making our lives more environmentally friendly and sustainable. The competition features 4 main categories: Robomission, Robosports, Future Innovators, and Future Engineers. Each category challenges students to push the boundaries of what robots can do.
My experience has been well in this competition. It has helped me in creativity and everything. Like, I've always been dreaming on going for a competition about robotics because building a robot has always been my dream. In the category of RoboSport, so we're trying to build a robot the game is called table tennis, so we're trying to build a robot which can sense the ball and shoot the ball to the other side. And the side with the most balls loses, and the side with the less balls wins.
We're asked to design a robot that will help to solve the problems involving the lake elements, the green elements, which are the park elements, to solve the problems involving environmental problems, including farming. There were a lot of challenges involving the robot. We had to make the robot follow the line to pick up the park elements correctly and to drop it at the parking space. We had to build the e-bikes to push it into the charging area and a lot of things like that.
It's been a wonderful event. It's also been stressful. Preparing for this kind of events takes months of practice. For the past month or so, we've been working on building a robot from scratch. We didn't even have any build. And we built our robots and designed it to do some tasks.
The national competition serves as a qualifying stage, with winners earning the chance to represent Nigeria at the World Robot Olympiad International Final in Turkey in November.
Africa is emerging as a key player in the global tech scene, bringing a wave of tech innovation, talent, and new market opportunities. At the Global Tech African Conference, these all come together. This project provides a platform for stakeholders to engage in meaningful discussions and explore exciting opportunities for collaboration, all aimed at shaping the future of Africa's tech landscape.
Together in this room are policymakers, government officials, investors, founders, and tech entrepreneurs who all have one thing in common, which is to seek the growth of Africa's tech ecosystem.
So we try to teach them to unlearn so that they can relearn.
For the second time, the Global Tech Conference provides that platform where global collaborations and local transformation can be achieved.
The Global Tech Africa Conference is a cornerstone of our efforts to ensure that we have this conference serve as a platform that brings together stakeholders, entrepreneurs, investors, government, and development partners onto one platform to be able to discuss, to prefer solutions, to have an understanding together. Based on this concept, we want to be able to harness this potential and to be able to address challenges that impede our progress. Mostly, we have challenges around the digital skill gap, which we all know. We need to be able to educate our young people in digital space to be able to serve as the next generation of young people that will serve the community in terms of jobs, in terms of human resources.
The conference is an initiative put together in partnership with the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, and the United States Consulate, bringing to the fore candid conversations on technology.
In a global setting, every participant needs to bring a value So what value is Africa taking to the world? We lost out during the first, second, and third industrial revolution. But for the fourth industrial revolution, we have a lot to offer to the world. More than 60% of African population are digital native, below the age of 25. Therefore, we have abundant users in Africa for the digital economy. This is a big value we are offering to the world, because today your platform is as valuable as the number of users you have. We have the users in Africa. We have one of the fastest growing economy in the world. And also we have a vibrant ecosystem and talented youth.
Nigeria is at the center of a technological revolution. The country's young, vibrant population and growing digital landscape presents fertile ground where AI can scale to address real-world challenges. AI has the power to transform lives not just across Nigeria, but across the continent and across the world. The United States recognizes this potential, and this is why we are here today as a partner, a collaborator, and a champion for African-led solutions to global issues. By collaborating, we can ensure that AI solutions are not one-size-fits-all, but developed with the unique needs of the continent in mind, free from bias and inclusive of various languages and hues.
From fireside chats to panel discussions, the opportunities and challenges within Africa's tech ecosystem are discussed, with valuable insights provided, especially in the area of public-private partnerships.
The way we see it, again, it's a collaboration play, and that collaboration will function best where each of the stakeholders in the conversation around access and connectivity brings to the table the best of their area of remit, okay? But one thing that we found, particularly with regard to devices, and I'm talking about mobile phones now, is that despite the numbers and the experience that we have as people in this room, there's still a large community of Nigerians who do not have access to the internet, primarily because of the cost of mobile phones. So the question now would be that what are the barriers to that demographic, and how do we solve for those barriers?
Government policy is actually what drives private-public partnership. If you don't have the right policy, then you're not going to actually encourage private individuals, private corporations like ourselves to work closely with you. And sometimes it feels like policy is written for government's sake alone. And then one of the things that I know that most large corporations are afraid of is just waking up and there's a new policy that actually just sets you back or sets your business in another trajectory.
I think government offers opportunities to scale. So government solutions targeted at governments, the things that governments worry about, give you an opportunity to scale and you know, rapidly. Also gives you the opportunity to shape the regulatory environment. Because when you're working with the government is unlikely to enact laws that have a negative effect on your business.
GTA serves as a bridge linking African tech startups with international stakeholders as they work to build partnerships that transcend borders, thereby paving way for the growth of Africa's tech sector.
Digital literacy has fast become a key to empowering the next generation in the classrooms. Schools are now prioritizing the development of technological skills and ensuring more students have access to quality digital education. I'll be engaging the CEO and co-founder of Schooler, Abdullahi Baturi, about the current state of digital literacy in Nigeria's education sector and how schools are integrating computer skills into their curriculum, as well as the positive impact this is having on students. Abdul, looking at the gap in incorporating computer skills in African school curricula, what's your perception of the current state of digital literacy in Nigeria's education sector?
Well, according to the National Digital Literacy Framework, Nigeria has a target of achieving 95% digital literacy by the year 2030. However, many Nigerians still lack access to digital learning opportunities, and they face challenges such as poverty and inadequate distribution of infrastructure. NIDA and UNESCO are two organizations that are working to provide digital literacy education and skills for Nigerians, especially for adults and youth who have, been excluded from the formal education system. So my opinion is, I think it is the skill that is needed by everyone if we must achieve the 95%. It is not even for the individuals, it is for survival. You need digital literacy skills to survive, by the year 2030.
That's correct. But what challenges do you think schools commonly face when trying to integrate digital literacy into their curriculum?
The bulk of I've worked with private schools. Yes, they try their best, but you have the most experienced teachers old and saying this technology is not my thing, taking it for granted. These are some of the challenges I know. But then as far as a public school is concerned, the data we have is about 80% of teachers have access to smartphones, smart devices. So they go about doing basic things like WhatsApp, but then digital literacy as it is, and becoming a digital citizen, which is very, very crucial today, has been a tough thing. How do you use these technologies responsibly? How do you use it to help you with your civic, social, and work life? I think there needs to be a lot of awareness as to the importance of how, the digital literacy skills are needed by everyone. We built our platform and we made it content agnostic, meaning that every school can put in their content. But the biggest problem we encountered was that the teachers were not, tech savvy, and you can't blame them. They've been overworked, doing a lot of work, and then wouldn't have the time to actually learn these skill sets. And organizations like the NIDA and UNESCO, I hope the framework and the plans, get to more teachers, because these kids today and learning can only happen, with technology, because we have this spiky point of view at school that brick and mortar schools are obsolete and that technology is the only way to teach the 21st century.
But let's assume that we're able to achieve, let's say, 95 to 100% digital literacy integration for both, the students and the teachers. What opportunities arise from embracing a more tech-oriented approach to education?
So it will bring about, you hear stuff like personalized learning and data. Data is very, very crucial. If parents have the performance of their child as they practice, they can be able to contribute, to the teachers, and the teachers will know which child is weak, even though, yes, we can guess, but they will know actually, who is putting what effort, and even reward the people that are putting in more effort. There's a data we see from students practicing on our gamified mobile app, for example, where you'd see one child has answered 1,700 questions and has 1,000 points. You'd see another child has answered 1,700 questions and has 300 points. And I would say it will help the teachers understand that this person is willing to learn. The person that has answered 1,500 questions, and is at 300 points. And it will guide the teachers to offer tailored support, even group the students. And I think we are going to achieve far, far better than what we are getting today.
You spoke about gamification, Abdul, right? How does it enhance students' engagement and learning?
Learning for this generation has to be fun, engaging, and interactive. We've seen it firsthand. We launched our solution during the COVID lockdowns, and we literally saw a little girl that told her mom, it's not fun. And, if it is not fun, they won't, buy it. So our flagship solution was a gamified mobile app that rewards students for doing schoolwork. And we found that kids love it. I think a particular child was able to answer about 500,000 questions before he graduated. And do you know why? Well, because we put these incentives. There's a point for every right answer. And then if you fail, we're using the carrot and stick. It takes off some points when you fail. And these points you gather, you can use them for so many other things. You can use them for duel, where if you win, you get 10 more points. If you lose, 10 more points. and 10 points get subtracted from your own point. We put a leaderboard, we added tournaments and more features, and children like to do schoolwork now because that gamified mobile app rewards students for doing schoolwork. So we've seen how kids want to do more schoolwork because they are seeing the results of what they do. And yes, gamification, you heard all over, but there are different ways to motivate the learners. And just recently, via the MasterCard Foundation EdTech Fellowship Program, we did a learning science masterclass where we realized that there are different ways you can motivate children. And gamification is at the top of the list, but you'd have to really, really think broad about on how you go about it. You don't need to do it with technology. You can bring a lot of fun things into learning because these kids love learning to be fun, engaging, and interactive if you must get their attention.
All right, Abdul, talking about the role of teachers in all of these, how crucial is their empowerment in ensuring the success of digital literacy programs?
Well, if you don't empower teachers, I think you are crushing your country or your nation, your schools. Teachers, there's a lot of distraction, a lot of opportunities for all. With technology, people want to leave the classrooms. So you want to empower the best teachers to stay in the classrooms. You want to go to them, teach them how to leverage technology, teach them digital literacy, and beg, especially the older ones that have 20 years, 30 years experience. You need those ones to form solid content because they have the technical know-how. And I feel teacher motivation is at the top of the list, and that's why we're focused as a company. And you would agree with me too that we cannot have, great content without, old-timers, if I may use, or, super qualified teachers that with the years of experience. And tools, I'd encourage companies to build tools that make this easy for the teachers to transition into tech. And I've seen a 7, 8-year-old, that uses our technology to create lessons. And I'm impressed. He loves it. He keeps asking me, how do you guys do that? I hope more companies are going to bring solutions that are tailored for the African teacher. And I support what NIDA and organizations like UNESCO is doing in trying to focus on, how we can bridge the national digital literacy, gap.
Looking ahead, Abdul, what do you envision as the future of digital literacy in Nigeria's education sector? And how can innovative solutions continue to drive positive change?
Well, innovative solutions can drive positive change if they collaborate and partner with one another. We don't need a new solution doing the same thing. I would encourage innovators to sit down and look at the gaps. What specific problem can I solve? And you be the person that goes to teach the teachers or teach the school or show the children how it works. If all these stakeholders collaborate, we're going to build a bigger ecosystem that all of us, benefit from. And these collaborations will go a long way in even convincing more stakeholders to take this, frameworks and digital literacy drive seriously. Now, if 90% or let's say 60 to 70% of teachers in schools, were certified that they are tech savvy or digitally literate, I think it helps the district or the government or, the local government or the state government to say, what, these people are coming to us with one voice, 70% of them, 70% strong, and we too have to adopt technology. And gradually, we're going to have better education for our kids, personalized learning, and we'll encourage and inspire the young generation that are supposed to be engineers, building stuff for the community.
All right, Abdullahi Bature, the co-founder and CEO of Schooler, thank you for that insightful conversation. And thank you so much for joining us on Tech Trends.
Thank you very much. It's been an awesome conversation. Thank you very much.
And that's all we have for you on our lineup this week. Thank you for staying with us. But as always, Tech Trends is here to share insights, trends, and developments happening in the tech space. Also, if you missed any part of the program, you can always catch up on the Channels TV YouTube accounts where we have all of our episodes. And as always, I encourage you to watch, share, and like your favorite editions. For Tech Trends, I'm Olayemi Odunuga. I'll see you next time.